Okay, here is daily or week 6 daily lesson number 1, lesson on solving problems using proportional relationships, and this is the part 2. We're going to go over one more example, and then go over the homework, and then you'll be good to go. Here we have, and then this example, then as I left off in the last video, is granola. Based on a recipe, Elena knows 5 servings of granola have 1,750 calories. So when I'm setting up this table, I know then that this is X, this is Y, and this column is K. So what's X? Well, X will be the number of servings of granola, and Y will be the calories per serving. So here is servings and calories, and this is our constant. And I encourage you to get in the habit of writing down tables, because if you draw yourself a picture, it just makes things a lot easier, I think. So this is a serving. So what do I know? Well, and that's the other thing too. Don't overthink this stuff. Just say, well, what do I know? Well, I know we're talking about 5 servings, and those 5 servings have a total of 1,550 calories. So what else do I know? Well, I know that K equals Y over X. Y is the number of calories, and X are the number of servings. So I know that. So then, if I know that, then I know that K equals K equals 1,750 divided by 5. So if I divide that out, (1,750) divided by 5 equals 350. All right then. So it's 350 calories is my constant. And I can fill in the rest of my table because I know that's not going to change. So then they asked me, well, if she wants to eat 175 calories of granola, or no, if she eats 2 servings, how many calories does she eat? Well, that would be, my equation is going to be now 3y equals 350, the K, times X. So if I have X equals 2, well, that would give me Y equals 350 times 2, which would be 700 calories. So 700 calories. So notice when we're going from X to Y, we multiply. And that stands for multiplication, not for X now. That's why when we get into 7th grade math, we tend to use that multiplication symbol like that because we start using variables. So that's how. So in 2 servings, there would be 700 calories. Well, if she wants to eat 175 calories of granola, how many servings is that? Well, if I'm using multiplication to go this from X to Y, well, I do the exact opposite going from Y to X. So I would divide. What would I divide? Well, let's reason that out. What do we know? Well, we know X equals, X would equal, it's division. And what do I know? Well, I know that Y is the number of calories, so it'd be calories over total number over the constant, because that's going to stay the same. So that's going to equal 1/2. So 1/2 a serving is going to give me 175 calories. And you may have already seen that, because you may have said, well, wait a minute, 175 is half of 350, so it must be half a serving. All right, so then they say write an equation, which we did. But now let's try that again, though. Let's say what if I have 2,800 calories? How many servings would that be? Stop the video and take a moment and reason that. And remember, you're going backwards now. You're going from y to x, and that's going to be division. Okay, we're back. So did you figure it out? Well, probably it's pretty simple when you think about it. You could just take and go up here and say, well, 2,800 divided by 350, because that, again, this is what I know. And so that would give me divided by, let's see here, I'll use my calculator again. 2,800 divided by 350 equals 8 servings. So once again, equals 8 servings. So just remember, if you have to go back to x, divide y by the constant. If you have to find y, you multiply x by the constant. And that if you're trying to find the constant, of course, you divide y by x. Okay. So your homework today is go into Schoology, look for week 6, daily lesson number 1. Solve the problems using tables and finding k, the constant of proportionality, y divided by x, and write the equation form y equals kx for those problems. Upload your work to Google Slideshow, and as always, let me know if you have a question. But as an added bonus today, too, I'm going to give you a little preview and just kind of talk about, I'm not going to give you the answers, but I want to talk about how you look at these problems and you identify, well, what are they asking me to solve for, and what do I know? So, for example, we have a car traveling down the highway at a constant speed, which means that must be k. Now, as described by the equation, t equals 65t. Well, that looks awfully familiar. T equals 65t. That reminds me of the equation form of a proportional relationship. So that must mean that x is t, or time, and y is d, or distance. And that must mean, well, I'll let you figure that one out, because that's the first problem here, is tell what does the 65 tell us in this situation. So now now for B and C, I would draw a table because I love to draw pictures. Makes things so much easier. And there's X and Y and K constant column. Or, as we've already identified in the problem, X is time, Y is distance, and K is speed. Oh, so then you can just fill this out. How many miles does a car travel in 1.5 hours? Got to find y. And then how long does it take for the car to travel 26 miles at this speed? And you need to find out the k also. So this is just an example of how I would solve this problem. So I hope it gives you some ideas of how you can solve yours. And once again, don't forget, we have daily warm-ups every day, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and a weekly quiz on Wednesday. And my expectation is that you get into Schoology every day and do an assignment. This is something that we need to work harder at, because right now we're still having a lot of students who are not getting in there every day. So every day, check Schoology, do some math. Thank you so much. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you in class.